the former senator from North Carolina, John Silky, Ain't I Pretty Edwards.
Fox News. These people do not want me to be heard.
He's appearing tonight on the left-wing network, MSNBC.
Is he?
Yes, he's at that Democratic forum being moderated by the most avowedly partisan anchor in broadcast, in television.
Scrub, scrub, scrub. I'm taking a bath in my bathtub.
It's true about that boy is moderating that debate. Now, I saw Edwards on that network today, and he was happy to sit there and take nice softball questions. Oh, speaking of which, Angry Rich.
Yeah.
It's kind of an unfortunate moment yesterday.
It was last week.
You made some offhand comment about Edwards and the way Edwards has, shall we say, employed his wife in the campaign. Taking a little grief about that?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
I said he was using his wife's cancer.
In a certain way, right.
Right. This is from the New York Post on April 5th. Democrat White House hopeful John Edwards' team has been collecting email addresses from supporters who've sent his cancer-stricken wife Elizabeth notes and using them for fundraising requests, aides acknowledged yesterday. They admitted to turning those emails around and soliciting cash, yes.
So your remark
was about that.
While unfortunate,
it was a poor choice of words, sure.
What was about that? And so, in fact, you were on high ground.
Right.
Correct.
It doesn't mean he's not duplicitous, which he is.
He is, yes.
When he promotes himself as a self-anointed savior for the poor, but lives in a huge mansion and worked for a hedge fund.
Worked for a hedge fund to learn about poverty. Do you think he's a phony?
If he appears on Fox News 30-plus times, it takes money from Rupert Murdoch to write a book.
And now
then turn around and demagogues.
Fox. Right. Do you think he's a phony? Do you say that he won't appear on Fox because he thinks Fox questioners might be partisan, but turns right around and goes to an avowedly partisan network where the moderator says, I'm just going pure left? Is that, would you think then that John Edwards would be a phony? Chris in Ohio. Chris, you're on Fox News Talk.
Yes, and I'm a liberal. I'm just calling to tell you why I wouldn't be on Fox News, on a Fox News station for a debate if I was a Democrat.
Why not?
Because you have hosts on Fox News, like people I won't mention, that refer to people as anti-Semitic and other kinds of personal attacks. And, CNN does not do that.
Bathtub Boy does that, and he is hosting the Democratic Forum tonight. He is avowedly the most partisan left-wing anchor on news.
Right, well, the Democrats go on their networks and the Republicans go on their networks.
No, the Republicans go on all networks. The Republicans, Chris, the Republicans aren't afraid to take a question from a bunch of liberals masquerading as journalists. They're happy to take the questions. Look, McCain did, Giuliani did, Romney did, but I got all these Democrats who are afraid to listen to Wendell Goler ask a question.
But nobody on CNN is calling Giuliani.
We're not talking about CNN. You know who we're talking about. We're talking about the left-wing network that's hosting tonight's Democratic Forum. If Republicans will go on the Democrat left-wing network, why won't Democrats go on Fox, which is way fair and balanced?
Way fair and balanced?
Well, Chris, look on Fox any given day and tell me how many Democrats you see and compare to how many Republicans. I mean, give me a break. If I didn't have a TV show, I could name you 25 Democrats who wouldn't have anything to do all day.
Personally, I wouldn't go on there because of all that personal insulting stuff you guys do.
I don't know who you're talking about. Who's he talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about, Chris?
I'm talking about Sean Hannity, who calls people anti-Semites.
Who'd he call an anti-Semite,
well,
Chris?
maybe the person he called an anti-Semite was one. Who'd he call an anti-Semite?
Cindy Sheehan.
Well, I hate to tell you this.
She's anti-Semite.
Well, you may not think so, but I think she's made a few statements about the state of Israel that might qualify.
I don't think so.
Well, I think you better go Google her and have a look.
Point is, Chris is on our air right now. If I tried to call up Air America, they'd boot me right off in a nanosecond.
Right. If you go to Post at Huffington Post, will they let you on?
course not. It's an echo chamber.
How about the Daily Kos, the
Complete
far-left
echo
liberals
chamber.
from Berkeley? We're waiting for this Democratic Forum to get underway tonight.
I'm gonna stay in the bathtub till the soap disappears. Stay till I'm wrinkled clear up to my ears. It may
I call him Bathtub Boy because I just
4 years, gonna stay till the soap disappears.
can't bring myself to say his name. But take a look at this quote to TV Guide. He says that his role as debate moderator, he says, I think it's also the price, and I mean this in a positive light, of putting myself in the political arena with my commentaries. The authenticity of those commentaries is in some respects achieved by doing things like this, involving myself in the optical process in a way that's hands-on. I must admit, political process. What he's really saying is, I've never covered a story in my whole life. And now I'm going to moderate a debate, which will be the first time I've actually covered any of the things I write about. This gives me authenticity, which in fact I've never had before. Because if you derive authenticity from actually covering the things you write about, then I'm over. Democrats love a soft pillow to sit on. Who doesn't? And they're going to get one tonight.
Feel the love.
You have so much blood on your hand, John. It is ridiculous. You and Rush Limbaugh are the devil, and that you're bringing down this country, and there's going to be revenge for this nonsense, okay, John? There's going to be revenge.
John Gibson.
John, you little Nazi.
On Fox News Talk.
The worst organization in the world, the Fox News organization.
Oh,